To get regular updates, subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon. Visit our channel and get more learning videos under playlist option. There you can find current affairs, daily vocabulary, banking awareness, aptitude and much more.
Hello friends, I am Dipali from Example. Thank you for showing us the continuous support for our current affairs show. You can take the online mock test for IBPS PO exam at our application or our website from the given link below. We are changing our current affairs show from daily to weekly from this month. This show would go live by 8 p.m. every Friday night. In this session, we are going to see a compilation of the current affairs topic for the September month 2017 for the international topic. India on Thursday thanked Switzerland for its support in global multilateral organizations. Welcoming the visiting Swiss President Doris Lutherhand, Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi said that the greater cooperation to ensure bilateral financial transparencies and thanked the Swiss government for its support in the India's membership bid to the Missile Technology Control Regime, which is also known as MTCR. Let's take a look at the question related to this topic. How many agreements were signed between India and Switzerland on technological cooperation in railways? Your options are option A 1, option B 2, option C 3, option D 4, option E 5. You have 15 seconds to type in your answers in the comment section below. The correct answer is 2. Both the countries have signed 2 agreements on technical cooperation in railways ahead of a joint statement. Sushma Swaraj has met the Sri Lankan President Maithripala Rajasirasena and discussed bilateral matters including the perceived delay in implementing the inhibited projects in the island. A statement from the President's office said that while Ms. Swaraj assured the President that the New Delhi appreciated the domestic political change facing the government, she urged the Colombo to expedite the decision making on Indian projects, the top sources said, requesting anonymity. Let's take a look at the question related to this topic. From when India supported development projects in Sri Lanka have been under negotiation? Your options are option A April 2017, option B January 2017, option C February 2017, option D June 2017, option E March 2017. You have 15 seconds to type in your answers in the comment section below. The correct answer is April 2017. A week after the end of Doklam standoff, Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi will be visiting Siam, China to address the BRICS summit, where he is likely to take up the regional and global issues. The External Ministry has said that India will sign 4 BRICS level agreements during the summit. Let's take a look at the question related to this topic. India and which group of nations MOU cleared by Union Cabinet? Your options are option A BRICS, option B ASEAN, option C SARC, option D OPEC, option E none of these. You have 15 seconds to type in your answers in the comment section below. The correct answer is BRICS. Kenya's Supreme Court on Friday has nullified the President Uhuru Kenyatta's election win, citing irregularities and ordered a new poll within 60 days. A rare move in Africa where judicial power is often seen as the extension of the government. The ruling broadcast to a stunned nation on the national television sets and a new face of the presidency between Kenyatta, 55, and Britain opponent Rahata Odinga of 72. Let's take a look at the question related to this topic. Which country is the founding member of the East African Community? Your options are option A Kenya, option B South Sudan, option C Tanzania, option D Uganda, option E Rwanda. The correct answer is Kenya. J.Y. Pillai, an Indian origin veteran civil servant, was today sworn in as the appointed for Singapore acting president until the new head of the state is sworn in later this month. Mr. Pillai, who is 83, took over from Tony Tan Keng Yam, who completed a 6-year term on Thursday. Mr. Pillai, chairman of the Council of Presidential Advisors, which is also known as CPA, will act as the president until after the polling day on the September 23rd or after the nomination day on September 13th if a candidate is elected unopposed. Let's take a look at the question related to this topic. How many times Mr. Pillai has served as acting president of Singapore before September 2017? Your options are option A above 56, option B above 57, option C above 58, option D above 59, option E above 60. You have 15 seconds to type in your answers in the comment section below. The correct answer is above 60. Mr. Pillai has served for more than 60 such stints, the longest of which was in 16 days in April and May of 2007. Switzerland President Doris Lutherhead said that the early conclusion of the proposed free trade agreement between the India and European Free Trade Association as well as the investment protection framework will boost the economic ties between the two countries. EFTA members include Switzerland, Iceland, Norway and Liechtenstein. Speaking at a business session here, Ms. Lutherhead said that while Switzerland was aware of the sensitivities on the both sides of the pact, we want to bring the FTA negotiations that have been running between India and EFTA since 2000 at an end. Let's take a look at the question related to this topic. EFTA operated in parallel to, your options are option A European Union, option B BRICS, option C World Trade Organization, option D Unit O, option E ICC. You have 15 seconds to type in your answers in the comment section below. The correct answer is European Union. India is expected to raise its concerns over terrorism at the BRICS summit here, with Prime Minister Narendra Modi asserting that the group has important contribution to make in the upholding peace and security and addressing the global challenges. With Modi's visit to China for BRICS summit taking place after the two countries had ended their 73-day standoff in Doklam area, all eyes are on the possible bilateral meeting between the Prime Minister and the Chinese President Xi Jinping. Let's take a look at the question related to this topic. BRICS countries' Labour and Employment Ministers meeting was held in which country in 2017? Your options are option A China, option B Brazil, option C Russia, option D India, option E South Africa. You have 15 seconds to type in your answers in the comment section below. The correct answer is China. Decision in this regard was taken at the 2017 Labour and Employment Ministers meeting held in Chongqing, China.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi told that India is fast changing into one of the most open economies with improvements on global indices and the biggest ever reform, GST, weaving the nation into one unified market. He also said that India has moved up in the World Bank Index of Ease of Doing Business. Similarly, India have moved up 32 spots in the last 2 years on the Global Competitiveness Index. Here is the question related to this news item. What is the position of India among the 138 countries in the 2016-17 Global Competitiveness Index, that is GCI? Option A 39, option B 40, option C 41, option D 42, option E 43. You got 15 seconds to type in your answers in the chat box next to the video. The right answer is 39. India has been ranked 39th among the 138 countries in the 2016-17 Global Competitiveness Index. The index was released as part of the World Economic Forum's Global Competitiveness Report for 2016-17. Indicating the growing importance of the Himalayan region in global politics, a new round of competition has begun in Nepal among the great powers. Nepal has been concluded one of the biggest infrastructure-related deals with China, even as reports came of a big grant of funds by the United States. Agreement on a cement venture was between the Investment Board of Nepal and Hongyi Shevam Cement, a Nepal-China venture. In the backdrop of the landmark boost to Nepal-China infrastructure segment has come the United States announcement of a grant of $500 million for Nepal to work on its development goals. Here is the question related to this news item. Which of the two countries investing heavy funds in Nepal for its infrastructure projects? Option A, US and India. Option B, India and China. Option C, US and China. Option D, US and Japan. Option E, India and Japan. You got 15 seconds to type in your answers in the chat box next to the video. The right answer is US and China. Nepal has recently concluded one of the biggest infrastructure related deals with China and a big grant of funds from the United States.
Looking beyond the Doklam crisis, India and China has decided to open a new forward-looking round of engagement anchored by the fresh mechanism to ensure the calm waters at the borders. With the recently resolved standoff in the Sikkim sector as the touchstone, Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi and President Xi Jinping during their one-on-one meeting agreed to establish new ways to prevent the recurrence of these such incidents. Let's take a look at the question related to this topic. In which year does India and China made agreement on the maintenance of peace and tranquility between their borders? Your options are option A 1991, option B 1992, option C 1993, option D 1994, option E 1995. You have 15 seconds to type in your answers in the comment section below. The correct answer is 1993. It was signed on September 7, 1993. Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi on Tuesday arrived in Myanmar capital Nay Pai Thaw for the first bilateral visit to Myanmar with an aim of charting a roadmap for closer cooperation between the two countries in areas like security and counter-terrorism. Mr. Modi said that the India and Myanmar will look forward at strengthening the existing cooperation in areas such as security and counter-terrorism, trade and investment, infrastructure and energy, and culture. Let's take a look at the question related to this topic. Which country is the first largest trading partner with Myanmar? Your options are option A India, option B China, option C Singapore, option D Malaysia, option E Thailand. You have 15 seconds to type in your answers in the comment section below. The correct answer is Thailand. The Donald Trump administration on Tuesday has discontinued an Obama-era immigration reform measure that protected from deportation people who had entered the US illegally as children. Attorney General Jeff Sessions said that the program known as DACA that was effectuated under the Obama administration is being rescinded. The former president had introduced the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, which is also known as DACA, as an interim relief, even as the debate on a comprehensive immigration reform to address the status of 11 million undocumented residents in America was caught in political logjam for years. Let's take a look at the question related to this topic. Which of the following is correct regarding Deferred Action for Childhood Arrival scheme? It allows certain illegal immigrants who entered the country as minors, they will get eligibility for a work permit. 65,000 illegal immigrant students graduate from US high schools on a yearly basis. Your options are option A 1 only, option B 2 only, option C 3 only, option D 1 and 2 only, option E 1, 2 and 3. You have 15 seconds to type in your answers in the comment section below. The correct answer is 1, 2 and 3. Mr. Modi's first bilateral visit here comes at a time when the Myanmarese government, led by Nobel laureate Suu Kyi, is facing international pressure over the 120,000 Rohingya Muslims who have poured into the Bangladesh in just 2 weeks after the Myanmar's military launched a crackdown in Rakhine. Mr. Modi, in his joint statement with Ms. Suu Kyi after the talk, said that India understands the problem being faced by the Myanmar and shares the Myanmar's concerns over the extremist violence in Rakhine, especially the loss of innocent life of the people and the security of the personnel. Let's take a look at the question related to the international topic. Who is the first and incumbent state Counselor of the leader of the National League for Democracy of Myanmar? Your options are option A, Hitin Kaur, option B, Kaitian, option C, Aung San Suu Kyi, option D, So Maung, option E, Suithan. You have 15 seconds to type in your answers in the comment section below. The correct answer is Aung San Suu Kyi is a Burmese politician, diplomat and author who is the first and incumbent state councillor and leader of the National League for Democracy of Myanmar. Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi wrapped up his Myanmar trip on Thursday by visiting the mazar of the last Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar and the 2,500-year-old Shwegdan Pagoda and performing puja at the Kalibri temple. On the last day of his 3-day visit to the Buddhist majority country, Mr. Modi visited the pagoda, which is considered as the pinnacle of Myanmar's cultural heritage. He planted a Bodhi tree sapling in the complex. Mr. Modi tweeted, "Delighted to visit Myanmar's cultural landmark, the Shwegdan Pagoda." Let's take a look at the question related to national. Which of the following is correct regarding the Prime Minister's visit to Myanmar? Bilateral trade is valued at just 2 billion. The China factor, Rohingya Muslims and cultural trade. Your options are option A 1 and 2 only, option B 2 and 3 only, option C 1, 2 and 3, option D 3 and 4 only. You have 15 seconds to type in your answer in the comment section below. The correct answer is 1, 2 and 3 only. Myanmar's national leader Aung San Suu Kyi's office has said that facing outrage over the violence that has forced about 4 lakh Rohingya Muslims to flee to Bangladesh. Due to the crisis, she has cancelled a trip to the upcoming UN General Assembly. The exodus of refugees sparked by the national forces has fierce response to the series of Rohingya military attacks is the most pressing problem Ms. Suu Kyi has faced since becoming the leader of last year? Let's take a look at the question related to international. How many memorandum of understandings are signed between India and Myanmar on a 3-day visit to President Mr. Hitin Kya's invitation? Your options are option A 11, option B 12, option C 13, option D 14, option E 15. You have 15 seconds to type in your answer in the comment section below. The correct answer is 11. Displaying the strategic convergence, India and Japan has jointly asked the North Korea to shut down its nuclear and missile programs. Both the sides has also hinted at the Pakistan's past involvement with the North Korea nuclear and missile programs and sought accountability of all the parties who helped the Pyongyang acquire the nuclear technology, even as Japan promised to help India deal with the cross-border terrorism. Let's take a look at the question related to international. Which of the following is correct regarding sanctions imposed to North Korea by UNSC? It was the 9th sanction resolution anonymously adopted by UNSC since 2006. It limits on imports of crude oil and oil products to North Korea. Exports of textiles over $100 million a year is banned, and it also limits North Koreans from working overseas, which may cut off 5 billion tax revenue per year. Your options are option A 1 and 2 only, option B 2 and 3 only, option C 2, 3 and 4, option D 1, 2 and 3, option E 1, 2, 3 and 4. You have 15 seconds to type in an answer in the comment section below. The correct answer is 1, 2, 3 and 4. A Nigerian lawyer who helped secure the release of more than 100 schoolgirls kidnapped by the Boko Haram was on Monday awarded one of the United Nations top prizes. The UNHCR said that the Zana Mustafa was given the annual Nassim Award for his crucial mediating role as well as his work helping children affected by the long-term running conflict. Let's take a look at the question related to international. What is the theme for the 2017 International Day of UN Peacekeeper? Your options are option A investing in peace around the world, option B investing in security across the globe, option C investing in peace across the country, option D investing in security across the country, option E spreading the peace over the nation. You have 15 seconds to type in your answer in the comment section below. The correct answer is investing in peace around the world. The theme for the 2017 International Day of UN Peacekeepers is investing in peace across the world. Myanmar's de facto leader Aung San Suu Kyi pledged to hold the rights to violator to account over the Rohingya crisis but refused to blame the country's army, as the UN Secretary General demanded an end to the military campaign and a better deal for the Muslim minority. Let's take a look at the question related to international. Which group of the people are often described as the world's most persecuted minority? The options are option A albinos, option B Rohingya Muslims, option C Afrikaners, option D Armenians, option E Bulgarians. You have 15 seconds to type in your answer in the comment section below. The correct answer is Rohingya Muslims. Pakistan Prime Minister Shahid Khaqan Abbasi has said that there is no role for India in Afghanistan, and Islamabad ties with the New Delhi could improve only if the core issue of the Kashmir is resolved first. Mr. Abbasi's remark during the interaction at the Council of Foreign Relations, which is also known as CFR, put Pakistan at odds with the new US strategy for South Asia announced last month by the United States President Donald Trump. Let's take a look at the question related to international. Which of the following powers of the Prime Minister with regard to the conduct of foreign relations are incorrect? He represents the country in various international conferences. He receives the diplomatic envoys of other countries. He always heeds the Foreign Affairs Ministry. He is the only spokesperson of the government on external affairs in the Parliament. Your options are option A 2 and 4 only, option B 1, 2 and 3, option C 2, 3 and 4, option D 1, 3 and 4, option E 1, 2, 3 and 4. You have 15 seconds to type in your answer in the comment section below. The correct answer is 2, 3 and 4. Pakistan blamed India and Afghanistan for the volatile security situation in the region while denying the charges that it is harboring terrorists who target both the countries. Striking a stringent role against the neighbors and portraying Pakistan as a victim of terrorism, the Prime Minister Shahid Khaqan Abbasi also sought out the appointment of Special United Nations Envoy on Kashmir and accused India of human rights violations in Jammu and Kashmir. Let's take a look at the question related to international. Which two countries were suspended from voting in the UNGA 2016-17 session? Your options are option A Venezuela, Libya, option B Syria and Libya, option C Ethiopia and Libya, option D Kashmir and India, option E none of these. You have 15 seconds to type in your answer in the comment section below. The correct answer is Ethiopia and Libya. Afghanistan's envoy to India says, after training Afghanistan's National Army officers and soldiers for 4 years, India is now planning to train Afghan police officers as well. The Memorandum of Understanding for the proposal, which will be supported by the United Nations Development Programme, is a first and was discussed as a part of enhancing the security partnership between India and Afghanistan during the meeting of the Strategic Partnership Council in Delhi this month. Let's take a look at the question related to international. Which country signed a 3-way transit agreement on Chahabar with India? Your options are option A Bangladesh, Iran, option B Pakistan, Iran, option C Nepal, Iran, option D Afghanistan, Iran, option E China, Afghanistan. You have 15 seconds to type in your answer in the comment section below. The correct answer is Afghanistan, Iran. Iranian President Hassan Rouhani, Afghan President Ashraf Ghani and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 23rd May 2016 signed a 3-way transit agreement on Iran's southern port of Chahabar. US President Donald Trump has questioned the Facebook Incorporation's decision to overhaul how it manages the paid political advertisements amid the investigation into the alleged Russian interference in the US elections. Earlier this month, Facebook said an internal review had shown that the operation, likely based in Russia, spent $100,000 on the 3,000 Facebook ads promoting the divisive messages in the months before and after the 2016 US presidential elections. Let's take a look at the question related to international. Which country said to be interfered with the US elections and paid the political advertisements on Facebook. Your options are option A Russia, option B China, option C India, option D North Korea, option E South Africa. You have 15 seconds to type in the answer in the comment section below. The correct answer is Russia. Pakistan has told the United Nations General Assembly, responding to the Minister of External Affairs Sushma Swaraj's scathing attack on the Islamabad's terrorism of promotion, if the international community wishes to avoid a dangerous escalation between India and Pakistan, it must call on India to halt its provocations and aggressive actions. Let's take a look at the question related to international. UNSC has adopted a resolution to cut off the funding to which terror groups? Your options are option A ISIS, option B Al Qaeda, option C Taliban, option D Jaish-e-Mohammed, option E 1 and 2. You have 15 seconds to type in an answer in the comment section below. The correct answer is 1 and 2. Days after the visit of Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, Japan has begun its outreach for the northeastern region. At the 4th Northeastern Connectivity Summit in Kohima from September 22 to September 23, a representative of the Embassy of Japan said that Tokyo would invest in the region's infrastructure, education and people-to-people sectors. Let's take a look at the question related to international. Which of the following is correct regarding the Northeast Connectivity Summit in Kohima? Tokyo will invest in infrastructure, education and people-to-people sector. Summit included the diplomatic participation from Bhutan, Russia, Bangladesh, Laos and Thailand. Event in Kohima provided a broader portrait of Japan's interest in the Northeast. Your options are option A 1 only, option B 2 only, option C 3 only, option D 1 and 2 only, option E 1, 2 and 3. You have 15 seconds to type in an answer in the comment section below. The correct answer is 1, 2 and 3. German Chancellor Angela Merkel won a 4th term in the office on Sunday, but will have to build the uneasy coalition to form a German government after her conservatives hemorrhaged support in the face of a surge by the far side. Let's take a look at the question related to international. Who is the Chancellor for the 4th time in Germany? Your options are option A Helmut Schmidt, option B Joseph Goebbels, option C Angela Merkel, option D Gerhard Schröder, option E none of these. You have 15 seconds to type in an answer in the comment section below. The correct answer is Angela Merkel. The US Defense Secretary Jim Mattis landed in India for his maiden 3-day visit, who's the first by the cabinet member of the Trump administration. Officials said that the focus was on deepening the defense partnership and expand the high technology cooperation, and among the key focuses area of discussions would be the situation in Afghanistan. The next question belongs to the international category. Panda Kangaroo 2017 is the joint military training services exercise between China and which country? Your options are option A Russia, option B Japan, option C Australia, option D India, option E Afghanistan. You have 10 seconds to type in an answer in the comment section below. The correct answer is Australia. Germany's Angela Merkel began the tough task of trying to build a government after securing the fourth term as a chancellor, urging the center-left Social Democrats not to shut down the door on a rerun of their grand coalition. The question is from the international topic. Who is the current president of Germany? Your options are option A Frank-Walter Steinmeier, option B Angela Merkel, option C Guido Westerwelle, option D Sigmar Gabriel, option E Guido Larsen. You have 10 seconds to type in an answer in the comment section below. The correct answer is Frank-Walter Steinmeier. India ruled out deploying the troops in Afghanistan even as it pledged to expand the development and medical assistance for the strife-torn nation. Defense Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said in a response to questions on the issue, "We may have made it very clear that there shall not be boots from India on the ground." The following question belongs to the international category. Which country deployed troops in Afghanistan to expand the development and medical assistance for the strife-torn nation? Your options are option A United States, option B Russia, option C India, option D China, option E Pakistan. You have 10 seconds to type in your answer in the comment section below. The correct answer is India. Saudi Arabia state media has said that the Saudi King Salman has ordered the women be allowed to drive cars, ending the conservative Islamic kingdom status as the only country where that is forbidden. According to the state agency SPA, the royal decree ordered the formation of the ministerial body to give advice within 30 days and then implement the order by June 2018. Let's look at the sixth question of the day. Which is the only country in the world that forbids the woman from driving? Your options are option A Oman, option B Dubai, option C Saudi Arabia, option D Bahrain, option E Qatar. You have 10 seconds to type in an answer in the comment section below. The correct answer is Saudi Arabia. Twitter has announced that it is doubling its character limit to 280 for all the languages except Japanese, Chinese and Korean. In an official blog post, the company has announced that the feature is being availed by a small group of people for testing. At its inception, a tweet modeled after an SMS service was restricted to 140 characters. Over the years, Twitter found ways to sneak in a few more characters, first by excluding any form of media and later the @reply for the character count. Let's look at the seventh question of the day. Which state has become the first Indian state to roll out the Twitter Seva? Your options are option A Gujarat, option B Uttar Pradesh, option C Tirupura, option D Karnataka, option E Telangana. You have 10 seconds to type in an answer in the comment section below. The correct answer is Uttar Pradesh.